Hi guys, myself Meenal Jain. Today we are continuing with the session of differentiation, and today's session includes your derivatives of composite function, that is function of another function. In order to solve this or find out the derivatives of composite function, we need to know a rule that is known as chain rule. So before we are starting with that, I just want you to know the bit concept for the same derivative itself. We know that y is equal to fx be any function if del x be a small increment in x and del y be the corresponding small increment in y, then limit del x tends to 0, del y upon del x is always equal to dy by dx. That is, y is the differentiable function of x. So here it is limit del x tends to 0, del y upon del x is always equal to dy by dx. That is, y is the differentiable function of x. That means we can differentiate y with respect to x, where del x tends to 0 and del x never be equal to 0. So I just want you to know the small concept ki what is exactly del x. It could be anything. It is a small increment. Suppose we are taking a small example of a circle and I am drawing a pentagon outside the circle. This pentagon is having 5 sides and the circle is having the radius x, and this small distance is your del x. Now if I am increasing the number of sides, suppose I am taking 9 sides and the circle is same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is having 9 sides. This x is your distance, and now you can see that this del x, it varies. It will become more smaller while we are increasing the number of sides. So as in continuation, if I am taking n is equal to 20, this del x would become very small. So this del x would tends to 0. It seems like 0, but it would never be equal to 0. This is the small increment del x in any of the value given to you. So as it would be same for y, u, v, anything which we are using in the theorems of derivatives. Understood? Now, till now we have studied about the derivatives of simple functions. Simple functions, for example, sin x, cos x, e raised to the power x, log x, etc. Now we are studying for the derivative of composite functions. The functions which includes more. Like example, we can take as sine root x, root of sine x, or we can say log of root cos x, e raised to the power 10x, log of cos x square plus 3, and so on, etc. These are the examples of composite function. In order to find out the derivative of such composite function, we need to know a rule that is known as chain rule, and that is one of the important rule in derivative. So to understand this more clearly, we'll go through the theorem of chain rule. First, obviously the statement if y is equal to fu is a differentiable function of u, and u is equal to gx is a differentiable function of x, such that the composite function y is equal to fgx is a differentiable function of x, then dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. A long statement, but don't worry, it is very easy. I'm just repeating that what is exactly given. If y is equal to fu is a differentiable function of u, that means we can differentiate y with respect to u. So obviously del y upon del u and limit del u tends to 0 exist. It is giving. It is already given in the theorem. Now u is equal to gx is a differentiable function of x. That means u can be differentiated with respect to x. That is limit del x tends to 0, del u by del x will exist by using this definition we have already discussed right now, such that the composite function y is equal to fgx is a differentiable function of x. That means y can be differentiated with respect to x. Then by using these conditions, we need to prove that dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. So now we are looking for the proof. In proof, what is given? Given that y is equal to fu and u is equal to gx. We assume that u is not a constant function. Obviously, u cannot be a constant function, otherwise we'll get the derivative of a constant function equal to 0. Then we cannot prove this theorem. So obviously u is not a constant function. Now I'm giving you an easiest way to remember the theorem. Whenever we are proving any of the theorem in the differentiation, always remember the terms existing x, y, u, v or something else, whatever, depend or varies. So here we are having the terms y, u and x. So obviously the small increment of x, y and u will be there. So first of all, let us consider, let del x be the small increment in the value of x. Then del u be the, or you can say del u and del y are the corresponding increment in u and y respectively. Got means if in any of the theorem we need to write down the small increments of the given values or the variable used in the theorem. So as del x, del u, del y are the small increments in x, u and y respectively, such that del x would not equal to 0, del u would not equal to 0 and del y is not equal to 0. We have del y upon del x. That you can write del y upon del x. Now in order to prove the theorem, what I will do, I will divide del u and multiply del u here. So del y by del x is written as del y upon del u into del u by del x. Now taking the limit as del x tends to 0 on both sides, we get, I'm taking the limit del x tends to 0 on both sides. That is del y by del x is equal to limit del x tends to 0 del y upon del u into limit del x tends to 0 del u upon del x. As del x tends to 0, we get del u tends to 0, hence u is a continuous function of x. Here we have taken del x tends to 0. So del x is in the denominator, so it would be fine. But here in the denominator, we are having del u. So we need to change the limit in terms of del u. So obviously del x tends to 0. So we can get del u tends to 0. It is also the small increment. So that would be also nearly equal to 0. So now this statement will become limit del x tends to 0 del y upon del x is equal to limit, instead of this del x tends to 0, I am writing del u tends to 0 as per the question, as per the term. This is limit del x tends to 0 del u upon del x. This we are considering as equation first. Since y is differentiable function of u and u is a differentiable function of x. It is already given in the question that y is the differentiable function of u and u is the differentiable function of x. So we have, as per the definition we have discussed, limit del u tends to 0 del y upon del u would be equal to dy upon du, and limit del x tends to 0 del u upon del x is equal to du upon dx. This both are second. Understood, guys? This is limit del u tends to 0 del y upon del u is equal to dy upon du, and limit del x tends to 0 del u upon del x is equal to du by dx by using the first definition and the given conditions in the question, in the proof. So from first and second we get limit del x tends to 0 del y upon del x is equal to, in place of this value in equation first I can write down dy by du, and in place of limit del x tends to 0 del u by del x I can write down du by dx. So this we will mention as third equation by using this first, second and third. Now the right hand side of third exists. This right hand side is exists. What we need to prove we are getting, and is finite, implies obviously the left hand side of third equation also exists and is finite. So by this we can write down limit del x tends to 0 del y upon del x is equal to dy by dx. This value will come. Now using this value here in the final equation third will become, then equation third will become dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. This is our required proof of the theorem of chain rule. Now note, just I am giving you again, if y is differentiable function of u1 and u1 is differentiable function of u2 and u2 is differentiable function of x, then we can write down by using the same theorem, dy by dx is equal to dy upon, y is the differentiable function of u1, so du1, into u1 is the differentiable function of u2, so du1 upon du2. u2 is the differentiable function of x, so du2 upon dx. यहाँ पे देख, you can see du2 cancel, du1 cancel, we are getting dy by dx same. This all like and so on for any values that is chain rule. This is our main chain rule. We have to differentiate the terms as it is given in any of the problem by splitting that with the given functions given to you. Thank you guys. That's all for today's session. Now stay tuned. In the next session, we will continue with the formulas of derivatives of composite functions and the basic examples based on that. Till then, bye everyone. If you are having any queries, please do ask in the comment box. Till then, love maths, solve maths. Bye.